Hey guys, welcome here. Thanks for tuning in on this Sunday afternoon. Been a while here. Been almost a month since I've brought to you severe weather coverage. Today is Sunday, July 13th. Hope you guys are having a wonderful rest of your summer here. Already, we got some strong and severe storms moving across the area. You may have saw my Facebook post about right around 2:20 is when I posted it. So about maybe 40 minutes ago. We do have at least a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings to tell you about, and also give you an update here on this line that's moving across southern Illinois. So let's go ahead and pull up here the radar here for you just to show you what I'm talking about. I do have a severe thunderstorm warning that continues here for Clay County. This is for the majority of Clay County, as this one expires in about 28 minutes. So just got the latest update here at 2:59. A severe storm was located over Xenia, or 10 miles west of Flora, moving east at 30 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is radar indicated. And locations impacted include Flora, Louisville, Clay City, Xenia, Bible Grove, Sailor Springs, Iola, Wendolin, the Flora Municipal Airport, Ingram, and Horde. And so, again, that warning going on now until about 3:30. So got about 27 more minutes to go of that severe thunderstorm warning. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning that continues for another 12 minutes for the eastern side of Marion County. That's for 3:15. Latest update was at 2:52. A severe storm was located near Stephen Forbes Station, or 13 miles east of Salem, moving east at 30 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust is radar indicated. And locations impacted include Omega, Stephen Forbes Station, Iuka, and Brubaker. So, again, severe storm. Again, that's for, the eastern side of Marion County. Again, wind is the primary threat with that one. As we zoom out here, just want to show you guys, we'll take a look here at the big picture. We are starting to see this cluster of storms right about the Cesar area, and it goes all the way up. Mount Vernon, Illinois, already getting stormed upon right now, is the leading edge of it already. It's this cluster right here that is the strongest here, moving through southern Illinois, just right where I've got it circled at. Maybe just kind of trim this down a little bit. But this area right here that I've circled, we do have a little storm west of Oakville, but this right here has been the more severe and has been the strongest at this time. Let's go ahead and clear this away. We'll put a storm track for that Clay County storm here, but I want to show you guys here the movement of these storms, since I just happened to hop on here for you. These storms have been moving about 35 to 40 miles per hour. So here it is on animation here for you, showing you the track of the storms. As I mentioned, Mount Vernon, Illinois, already getting stormed upon, already Clay County. And you're starting to also see some cells form. We got one that formed about maybe an hour or so ago, just in the Grayville area, that little strong storm moving northeast toward the Belmont area and Browns. But obviously this line to the west along I-57 and even pushing into Clay County, that is the strongest part of the storms at this time. Let's go ahead and we'll set a storm track for this line. I'm going to set it for the Clay County part, and I'll also set it for the Mount Vernon part of the line as well here. So just give me a moment. But again, this moving east at about 30 miles per hour. So right now at this time, you're looking at Noble in 16 minutes, Alney at about 31. This thing's going to be pretty much hugging Highway 50. You got Calhoun at 36 minutes. You got Sumner about 54 minutes. So you got Lawrenceville, 74 minutes, Pinkstaff, 76, St. Francisville, 80, and then it gets into Indiana with Vincennes at about 93 minutes away. But again, this part's going to be moving to the east. I'll set a storm track for the Mount Vernon part of the storm as well, even though it's not severe, but again, it is strong. And we'll set this one at about 30 miles per hour. So we'll go ahead and do that. Marlow at about 10 minutes, Blueford at about 16, Keens at 26, Wayne City 32 minutes away, Mayberry 37, Sims 38, Ayden 47, Boylston 48. Fairfield, I happened to look outside, happened to see some of the cloudy skies coming in from the west. You can definitely tell it's been clouding up a little bit. Got about 55 minutes away. Barnhill 56, Mill Shoals 59, Merriam a little over an hour at 65. Golden Gate 73. Ellery 79. Albion about 89 minutes away, and it goes on down the line. But again, this part of the line, again, moving to the east at about 30 miles per hour. As we take a look here, this time at the Fairfield Airport right now, it's warm and it's muggy out there, 87 degrees. Dew point 70, by the way. Just feel the mugginess of the air. The wind has been blowing a little bit. Right now, wind blowing to right about the south at about 12 miles per hour, gusting as high as 17. Visibility 10 miles, but obviously with the storms coming in, that's really going to reduce that visibility. So again, severe thunderstorm warnings here. Let me do this, do away with this here. Again, severe thunderstorm warning here for Clay County. Over here, we got Clay County underneath the severe thunderstorm warning, along with the eastern part of Marion County. That includes Omega, Iuka, Xenia, Flora, Louisville, Clay City. Now, Richland County, you guys are not underneath a severe thunderstorm warning yet, but with this cell that's moving to the east, and if it is still severe, would not be surprised to see Richland County underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, one thing of note here too is I don't keep track of it. The only thing I know of is what happened with the Wayne County Fair, which that wrapped up yesterday. There may be some county fairs going on in our area and region. And so if there's any county fairs going on here this afternoon, I know usually Sunday there's a little bit of activity there, depending on, where the county fair is and everything. Keep in mind that there could be some stormy weather. If you have any outdoor plans, may want to at least kind of postpone them or delay them. One thing we have yet to look at is the velocity data. As we take a look here, the velocity data, you can actually see right where the wind is at here. You can actually see where that wind right here is right between Flora and Xenia. Go and zoom out a little bit. Let me also here, we're looking at the Evansville radar site. I want to see here. That's Flora right now. We'll zoom in a little bit. Flora, there's Clay City, Sailor Springs, Louisville, Xenia getting stormed upon, Bible Grove. You got Highway 45 cutting through Louisville, Flora. You also have Highway 50 running through there as well. You also have the Sailor Springs Louisville Road, that country highway. You all know what I'm talking about if you're in that area. You also have the Clay City Dietrich Blacktop Road that's also frequently traveled. So kind of highlighting here some of the important highways. There's that Clay City Dietrich Blacktop Road that goes up like that. But again, just pointing out some of the major highways, county highways in Florida right now at the moment. We'll see here real quick. I want to see if there's any storm reports that have come in. I was looking at this earlier, by the way, just to see here if anyone has sent any imping reports in from the storms when they were making their way through. This is at 3:10. An imping report in about this. This is for the cell in the Clay County area, in the Flora area at 3:10. All I see is flood. So they may have had a lot of rain that fell in a short amount of time, and thus, could have a little bit of localized flooding in the Flora area. Zoom out, take a look at the big picture while I'm zooming out a little bit. Just want to show you here, as of now, severe thunderstorm warning-wise, pretty much Clay County, Eastern Marion County, those are all the warnings that we have at this time. However, though, like I said, all this activity south of I-70, pretty much right between I-70 and I-64. So areas between I-70 and I-64 need to be aware of this line coming in. See if there's an update. About 19 more minutes to go. That severe thunderstorm warning for Clay County. Again, that cell moving east at 30 miles per hour. That warning in effect until 3:30. Time right now is 3:11. By the way, live chat's open. You guys want to say hello or maybe you have a question about the storm activity? Feel free to post it here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful summer, by the way. One thing of note here, too, as I was thinking about this earlier, it has been, if you compare what we've seen so far this summer for our area and region from a severe weather standpoint, it's been less quiet than the spring, pretty much from March to May, when the severe weather, was, we had several severe weather outbreaks. So summer so far has been a little bit quieter. We've seen a little bit of action, but not nearly as much action as we saw back in the spring. And I wonder if you guys have been thinking about that too, which we'll certainly take. I'll take, sunny weather and all that. And not only that, but also some of these areas are getting some beneficial rain too with the crops out there. But I'll tell you what, it has been, if you think about this summer so far compared to spring, it's been pretty quiet. But again, summer, like spring, can be active for severe weather as well. So the severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for eastern Marion County, that's been allowed to expire. It expired ahead at 3:13. That was, so National Weather Service canceled that one. Let's see here if we still have an update. No update yet for Clay County at this time. However, that's cell moving east at 30 miles per hour. We'll put a storm track on it. Let me see here if I can. Oops. It's already impacting Clay City. So I'm going to put about the Clay City mark here, and we'll say about 30. Only about 26 minutes away from now. Calhoun 31. But we're also seeing some storms form out ahead, a little bit of some rain and storm activity. Sumner 49. Lawrenceville about 69 minutes. St. Francisville 75. Vincennes 88. So, want to mention some of those communities that are in the path of this storm. So far, Clay County, the only severe thunderstorm warning in effect at this time. Wayne County, by the way, so far, no severe thunderstorm warning for Wayne County yet. So Wayne County right here, just kind of just circled the box right there. If anything for Wayne County, you guys are going to get this part of the line. It's not severe, but it is strong already. Johnsonville starting to get stormed upon. Mount Vernon getting stormed upon as well. It is starting to enter Blueford right now, approaching Keens and the Wayne County line. We do have some more storm activity. We do have another cluster of cells that are forming the Johannesburg, Oakville, Mascoutah area. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But so far anyway, this right here, I know I just spelled me, but we'll say that is the main event for now, is this cluster of storms. And again, the most severe part has been this northern half of the line, since we did have that severe thunderstorm warning earlier for Marion County and now Clay County underneath the severe thunderstorm warning at this time. Let's go ahead and let's zoom in a little bit more here, and let's take a look at the velocity data again, just to kind of show you the wind. We're starting to see leading edge of that wind right now, starting to get closer and closer to Flora right there. We're starting to see that it's already gone past Xenia, so that's where that's at. Let's go ahead and put the reflectivity. You can actually see right where it'd be right here, this area right there. That's where the strongest part of the wind is at right here. And again, pushing this way, moving towards Flora. So for those of you who live in Flora, you guys are underneath the gun for some strong wind. One thing of note here too, we do have a latest update here, just came in from the National Weather Service in Lincoln. Let's go ahead and read that here for a moment. At 3:13, a severe storm was located over Flora, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. So it has slowed down a little bit. It was moving at about 30. 60 mile per hour wind gust and nickel-sized hail. So we'd like to mention that nickel-sized hail, it does not meet the severe criteria in terms of hail-wise. You'd have to have quarter size or larger. So we're talking an inch or larger. But certainly, though, it is producing some hail. Radar indicated threat. Again, locations impacted include Flora, Louisville, Clay City, Xenia, Bible Grove, Sailor Springs, Iola, Wendelin, Florida Municipal Airport, Ingram, and Horde. Again, for your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Again, torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm. We did have the MPing report that came in from a resident in Florida about the possibility of maybe perhaps, again, a lot of rainfall in a short amount of time could lead to some flooding. So, again, do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. As I always say, turn around, don't drown. Always remember that. And I want to see here real quick as I take a look here, see if there's any other reports that came in. I'm not seeing anything in terms of other weather reports. But I want to see here. I'm going to see if I could look. It's up here. In a 1 hour time span here. Let's see if I can do this here. Give me a moment. In about 1 hour time frame, Florida itself has received about 1.5 inches of rain. That's 1 hour rainfall accumulation. So Florida already over an inch has fallen within an hour's time. So as I mentioned earlier, again, a lot of rain in a short amount of time could lead to flooding. And so Florida already, you guys are getting more rain coming in for sure. As this cell continues to move to the east. Johnsonville, zooming a little bit here on Wayne County. I've not talked about Wayne County a whole lot since the severe part of the activity has been to the north, but Johnsonville, you're right here. Sisney, you're right here. And for those of you in Sisney, you're probably seeing the storm clouds rolling in. Mount Erie, I was over there in that area yesterday. You guys, so far, so good. But again, you got activity to your west. Fairfield, so far, it's been the activity's been really dodging you, kind of moving to the northeast. However, Wayne City, you're right here. Keens, Sims, Wayne City and the burbs, you guys get the rain and storms coming in. So it'll be here before you know it. Blueford's starting to rain over there. It's a strong cell. It's not severe, but it's something that we are keeping an eye on. We do have a little cell just right here over the Belmont area and Browns. That one moving northeast. That one all by itself, but hasn't really been able to do anything. But still, though, got a storm impacting Highway 15. So, if you know someone's traveling Highway 15, you may want to tell them to be careful. Do some heavy rainfall. We do have a little cell that's popped up south of Enfield. That too is moving northeast. We also have a cell over in the Dahlgren area. That too is moving this way. So, it's been a common theme here with these storms moving to the northeast. Further down to the south here, Harrisburg, Marion Herring got a little line right there trying to form. Again, seeing some more storms form over in the Mascoutah area, Metro East. We always want to keep an eye on what's going on to the west of us. It's always a good idea for storm potential and development. Time right now is 3:20, about 10 more minutes to go of this severe thunderstorm warning for Clay County. Again, due to a storm that has prompted again, winds up to 60 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gust. We like to mention 58 or larger. That is severe criteria. And so already a nickel-sized hail, which in terms of the hail criteria for severe hail, does not meet that. It has to be 1/4 inch or larger. In this case, it's nickel-sized, so it'll be below that, but it does tell you, it does indicate that it is producing a little bit of hail at this time. Again, right now, that severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 3:30. And one thing I would like to mention is there are no weather watches at all. There's no tornado watch, no severe thunderstorm watch. This pretty much has just been a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that have popped up. We saw the first one pop up for Marion County and then Clay County. But for the other areas so far, they have been pretty much warning free here. But again, over the course of the afternoon, we will have to keep an eye on that. Live chat's open, by the way. There's already 59 alerts that I see here on my radar. So this isn't the only thing that's going on. There's other things going on elsewhere out there. One area I'm seeing here, by the way, west of St. Peter, this is south of Vandalia. And in Vandalia, they've received about 2 inches of rain in an hour. Varina, Kinmundy area, about 1 inch and 3/4. Flores, I mentioned earlier, about 1 inch and 3/4 over there. And that'd be just northeast of Flora. Let me see. That's 1 hour. So for Florida, again, a lot of the bulk of that precipitation falling there. But there has been at least 3-hour accumulation here. Wilburn area, west of St. Peter, west of Varina, already over 2 inches of rain. So even the Carlisle area, about that same amount. So I just want to go ahead and mention that since we are kind of keeping track here of the rain. So I'm seeing here at this time so far. And so far, that's the only IMPING report I have. Take a look here at the velocity data. On this line, you're starting to see here a little bit of the bowing of the line. Storms coming in. You're starting to see that bowing out a little bit, indicative of strong wind. So Johnsonville right here. You got Florida right here. Florida, you're probably having some strong wind moving through there right now. Sisney, you're on the verge of getting some strong wind. But you're starting to see, again, this bowing of the line in this area, cutting through Flora, approaching Highway 45, already reaching Highway 45 north of Sisney, right about the Wayne, Clay County line. So we're starting to see that bowing out a little bit. And again, that's indicative of wind. And that has really been the primary threat so far. You can actually see kind of like, again, that bowing out of the line a little bit, kind of going this way. So again, something to keep an eye on, something to keep in mind. Now, Flora, I see here, we do have 81 degrees at the Florida airport right now. But again, you've had some rain, 23 mile per hour gust. However, they'll expect that temperature to continue to drop with the rain that's ongoing there right now. Do have a little bit of lightning as well, a little bit of a pocket right between Flora and Clay City, just north of Highway 50. By the way, guys, I've been doing some, I'm going to turn the camera here for me for a moment here. I've been doing some work here a little bit, as you can tell. You may see my new sign behind me. It may be kind of hard to read there. It says sub to my YouTube channel. So you guys can follow me on YouTube as well. Also live streaming on there. Got a couple of people watching. Appreciate the viewership. Also on Facebook Live as well on my channel. So got some pretty cool stuff I've been doing here while there's been no severe weather going on. But again, you guys, appreciate your support and encouragement as always. It's greatly appreciated. I'm going to put a storm track for the Sisney storm for this part of it. Sisney, you're on the eve of receiving the storm. Enterprise 11 minutes, Mount Airy 24. Parkersburg 44, West Salem 48, Bone Gap 50. Mount Carmel 75, Allendale 80. Moving over a rural area, but it'd be hugging that 161 extension. As I always say, guys, any weather reports, whatever you see, heavy rain, strong wind, hail, please let me know in the live chat. Not only are you guys, of course, I'm in a room surrounded by walls and I can't see outside, but you guys are kind of like the eyes a little bit as to what's going on in your area, in your community. So any weather report you have is appreciated because it helps give not just me insight, but those who are in the path of these storms insight into what's coming for them. And obviously, it would depend on the strength of the storm. But certainly, though, with a severe thunderstorm warning in Clay County, that's due to expire in about 3 minutes. But at least we have insight into radar indicated 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and nickel-sized hail. So I'll be curious to see what Lincoln does for Richland County. So far, Olney is not underneath a severe thunderstorm warning yet. So here's Olney right here. And then you got Lawrenceville over here. But so far, those counties are not underneath a warning yet. But we'll see what Lincoln does here. But so far, it does have some strong wind. We've seen that on the velocity data. But we'll see here if it's still severe levels. If not, then what they will do is they will issue a special weather statement, because if it falls below severe limits, it'd be at least in terms of being strong, you'll be seeing a blue box here before long, but we'll see though. Remember one time I was doing a live stream on here and I did I mentioned about being fueled by pizza rolls. Well, I had pizza from Classic Pizza and Pasta. I had a half and half Baja chicken, half bacon cheeseburger. Really hit the spot. Put a time lapse here for you, show you the storm. So, and I'm going to go ahead. That's for about 14 frames. Whoops, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit longer than that. We'll do 50 frames here. We kind of played here when it was out west. You guys could see the development of it. So this is how it's all developed here. It really started to develop along Highway 51. This line did. Kind of started to get itself together. Then I posted earlier on my Facebook saying, hey, we got some strong storms that have formed, and they're moving to the east, and now we're starting to see that development. You're also starting to see some more additional storms form out ahead of it. They haven't really been able to get going, which is good. That is a positive, because oftentimes when you have a line of storms and you have, and I'll go ahead and stop the animation here for a moment. Sorry about that. Inadvertently moved the mouse here. But sometimes, when you have a line such as this right here, and then you see storms like this one over here at Wabash County, those storms are the ones you really have to watch, because they're all by themselves. They really have all the energy to feed off of, the energy and juice to get themselves going. And so far, they haven't really been able to do that. And that is encouraging here, to say the least. But, and that is a positive here. But so far, we haven't really been able to see that. Pretty much, this cluster of storms here has really been the main event so far here today. We do have some additional storm development to the west. And even though that's strong, this right here is strong as well. So we'll see how this does just west of Nashville and how strong it becomes. But for now, though, focused on that. Okay, looks like Clay County. Okay, they pretty much, I would say, extended the severe thunderstorm warning. A little bit different language, though. So until 4 o'clock at 3:30, a severe storm was located near Florida, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, and penny-sized hail. It was nickel-sized, and now it's dropped down to penny-sized. So the hail has gotten smaller, which is a good thing. Radar indicated threat. And the severe storm will be near Clay City and Sailor Springs around 3:35. Time right now is 3:31. So this is approaching the Clay City Dietrich Blacktop Road. Again, I know a lot of people use that road. I used it when I was a student at Eastern Illinois University. I would take that road to get up to Charleston. And I know another person from Fairfield who was going up to EIU at the same time I was, that would take that road to get up there and back. So there's semis that use that road as well. So farmers and everybody. So it's a well-traveled road here. Again, torrential rainfall occurring with the storm. We read the report earlier about Florida receiving over an inch of rain so far, about an inch and a half to inch and 3/4. Again, with this torrential rain, with so much rain falling in a short amount of time, could lead to some flash flooding. Again, do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. As always, turn around, don't drown. But so far, that is the only warning up here on the board. So I'll outline the warning here for you, outline the warning box. Only one up there on the board so far. So Richland County, you guys, still no severe thunderstorm warning for you. Wayne County, still no severe thunderstorm warning for you. Sisney is getting stormed upon right now. And we're starting to see the storms move into the southwestern portion of Wayne County. Got some storm activity in the Wayne City area, south of Sims, south of Keens, actually approaching Keens, actually. So we're starting to see that. And let's go ahead and pull up the velocity data here, which has done a pretty good job of indicating the strong wind. So if we have any wind here, any strong wind, it's located within this part of the line. So right about, again, approaching Clay City. So here's Clay City right here. Here's Sailor Springs. This is Noble. There's Olney over here. Mount Erie, you're over here. Sisney, you're over here. Johnsonville, you're on the backside of the storm. But you're starting to see here that line of the pocket of wind coming in as it's moving in here. Let me go ahead and show you guys here the animation of that pocket of wind. You can see what I'm talking about. You guys see it's moving consistently pretty much east, northeast a little bit. So yeah. So you're starting to see it approach Clay City right here. Zoom out here a little bit and show you with the bigger picture here. So Fairfield, you guys may get spared by this strong wind, but Sisney obviously already being impacted by this wind that's coming in. You can actually see right here on the line, you can actually see area of focus right here, this part of the line. Get moving this way as well. Let's go ahead and put a storm track on that as it's already... We know northern Wayne County is not underneath a severe thunderstorm warning at this time, but still got a strong storm moving through the Sisney area. And this, I'm going to put this about the middle where the Wayne Clay County line is at. And it was moving about, hang on here. Is it 30 or 25? And we're going to go off of this. Okay, about 30. So it's going about 30 right now at the moment, so... All right, so Wynoosa, 16 minutes away from now. We also have Parkersburg 34, West Salem. You're expected to receive this storm in 40 minutes. Bridgeport 67, Allendale 72, Lawrenceville 75, St. Francisville 78, and then gets all the way into the Indiana counties, which would be outside of our region of cover here. Time right now is 3:35. Derek Dunn here with you. Thanks for tuning in here on this Sunday afternoon. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday and a great summer here. First severe weather event we've had here in almost a month. If you compare the summer, as I mentioned earlier, you compare the summer to what we had in the spring. This summer has been relatively quiet. However, spring was very active, as we all remember and know. But so far, though, we are starting to see, though, again, severe weather. We're starting to also see some rain here, too. It has been hot lately. We've had some spotty showers, but the one thing about this rain is it's going to be more widespread instead of just scattered and spotty. And as I always tell people, you could have rain in the northern part of Wayne County. You could have rain up here, and then, like, if you go, like, anywhere, like, south of Wayne, like, the southern part of Wayne County, it could be dry. I mean... It happens. So, but there's going to be like a widespread rain that we're going to be seeing here in our area and region, and certainly some beneficial rain for the farmers as well. I've been seeing the corn crop growing just west of my house. Also put another storm track here for the cell moving through Clay City right now. I know it's again going about 30 miles per hour. Oops. Noble in about 15 minutes. Olney in about 30 minutes. Calhoun 35, Claremont 42, Sumner 53, Bridgeport 65, Lawrenceville 72, St. Francisville 78, Vincent's 91 minutes. So that is basically the storm track for that cell moving east at 30 miles per hour. That has been a common theme, has been about the movement here so far, moving about 30 to 35 miles per hour. 91 degrees, by the way, at the Lawrenceville Airport at KLWV, Station AD for the Lawrenceville Airport over there. 10 mile per hour so far, no wind gust yet, but that will likely change. See about Florida here, see if there's an update over there. Their airport, so far 23 mile per hour, read that earlier. Fairfield right now 87, still about the same reading, 12 miles per hour, 17 mile per hour wind gust there. Has been hot and muggy as of late. We are starting to see a cell just south of Mill Shoals, south of Bear Prairie right there, just east of Springerton, northeast of Enfield. That one all by itself for now. We have seen these pop-up showers and storms, but they have not been able to get themselves going. This one popped up when it was over at White County earlier. Has been moving to the northeast pretty much. At Mount Carmel, you guys are going to get a little storm right there. Not severe, but certainly enough to where it's going to drop some heavy rain in a moment. Live chat open, by the way. You want to say hi? I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. I'll tell you one thing here, and you look at this right now. Today is what? July 13th? I know at the college, we're just a little over a month away from the start of the fall semester. And it's crazy how already over half the year is over, and we've got about a month left to go of the summer break before school starts back up. It's crazy. Like the summer's flying by and the year's flying by. I mean, where did January 1 go? Haven't talked about Wayne County a whole lot. I've talked about mainly the northern half of Wayne County, the 161 extension right here going northward. But Fairfield, starting to get a storm coming in. Not severe, but strong, no. Golden Gate. Sims, Wayne City, Keens, the Burbs. You guys are getting stormed upon right now, along with Blueford as well. Mount Vernon, the activity has lightened up. Probably getting some light to moderate rain. But it is starting to let up a little bit over there as you're on the backside of that cell. But again, no, we're keeping an eye on Wayne County. So far, no severe thunderstorm warnings for Wayne County. As we zoom out and take a look at the big picture here, there's no weather watches either. There's no severe thunderstorm watch. There's no tornado watch. However, though, as I mentioned, we've had some severe weather warnings issued for Marion County. Right now, Clay County until 4 o'clock. The only one up there on the board at this time. But as for the other counties, no warnings at all for them. We are seeing development to our west, west of Highway 51, west of Nashville, Illinois, and the Breeze, Lebanon area. Not nearly as strong as what's in our area right now, but we certainly want to keep an eye for additional development to our west. But again, like I said, not nearly as strong, but certainly, though, may want to keep an eye on if you have like any outdoor plans. I know that there's been some county fair activity going on. I know there's a lot of the county fairs have like events on Sunday. I think about, for example, with the, if I can think of the right term for it, with the horse races and all that. I said, think about that. I know that usually happens kind of on a weekend there. No, for Wayne County Fair, it's what they did in the past, would have it on a weekend. Harness racing. That's what I was thinking of, harness racing. Usually on the weekends, depending on the fair, of course, where you go to. But anyway, So if you know some people maybe going to a fair this evening tonight, may want to give them a heads up about the rain and storms. One thing, speaking of fairs, I know it's a little bit off topic, but I don't know if you guys saw the post I shared about the Coles County Fair in Charleston, Illinois, with the barn that caught on fire up there. The reason why I shared that was I've been in that area multiple times. Years ago, I did a live broadcast at that fair in one of those barns, actually. I can't remember which barn I was in, but I was in one of them in the vicinity of that fire. And I know that there was, I think, 5 horses that had perished in the blaze, along with, I think, a dog or 2. And I think there was a couple other horses that they were looking for. I guess they've been accounted for. I'm not sure. But I will tell you that Coles County, the people there, Charleston, run a great fair. And again, I hate to hear for those folks. And plus, Mattoon, in case you have not heard, Mattoon, the city of Mattoon, as far as I know at this time, was underneath a do not drink water order. They've been having issues up there with algae. So that's been a story that I've been following a little bit. I used to live in Charleston, used to go to school at EIU. And so up there, so thinking of those folks over there, Coles County, they're going through quite an ordeal. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Clay County. Again, last update at 3:30. Time right now is 3:43. Again, severe storm was located near Florida, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gust, and penny-sized hail. Again, wind has been the primary threat with this, and already Clay City and Sailor Springs were impacted. It was at 3:35, but again, gives you a little bit of insight. Now we got Richland County, southern Jasper County, underneath a severe thunderstorm warning, and this one has a tornado possible tag with it. Okay, now that's interesting. Let's go ahead and read the information on it. This is from the National Weather Service in Lincoln. Severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Jasper County, Richland County, and eastern Clay County until 4:30 at 3:43. Severe storm was located over Clay City or 8 miles east of Florida, moving east at 25 miles per hour. So a slow-moving cell, but still strong and still severe. 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail. Remember what I just read not too long ago about nickel-sized hail? Well, the hail size has increased up to quarter size. Radar indicated threat. The severe storm will be near Noble around 3:50. Time right now is 3:44. Albany Noble Airport around 3:55. Are the locations in the path of this storm and include Albany. And again, remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe storms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. And again, torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm. May lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. So right now, severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. This is for Richland County and southern Jasper County. We'll go ahead and on Clay County as well. Let's kind of draw the polygon here for you. That way you can see it a little bit better. I apologize. It's not perfect lines by any means, but that is the new severe thunderstorm warning. So Albany, Claremont, Calhoun, Parkersburg, Noble, Sailor Springs. I would also include Clay City with that, even though you're on the back side of it. St. Marie as well. You have Highway 130 traveling up there to Newton. Also, you have what becomes Highway 49. You got the Willow Hill area, St. Marie, extends all the way down to Highway 49. It cuts through Hunt City, the Burl Ives area, Yale, Casey. So that's an important stretch of road as well. You got Highway 50 coming through here. Again, there's 130 going down there, something like that anyway. You also have Highway 250, Albany, Noble. Also for Noble, you do have the Country Highway that takes you just west of Newton right there. If you ever need a quick way to get to the Newton area, you always take that Noble Country Highway. Took it a couple of times, discovered it. Actually, took it for the first time covering volleyball last year. So you get multiple roads here. But again, the tornado possible attack. Let's go and take a look here, the velocity data of this. We zoom in a little bit. This is the area right here of concern because of the wind as well. So here's Noble starting to approach right now. Well, I just moved, so right now you're starting to see that. Albany's over here. Claremont over here. Calhoun, Parkersburg. Zoom out a little bit. This area right here has really generated the wind here. And we'll go ahead and play that back here for you in just a moment. But it's that area right there that have concentration. Wayne County so far, you got a storm moving through, but it is strong. It's not severe at this time. But if it does become severe, if there is a warning with it, we'll see it pop up here. That would be Paducah's responsibility. Let me see here. I'm going to look off screen here, guys. So give me a moment. I want to see if Paducah, I want to see if they posted anything about this here. Paducah's always been pretty good about posting updates and information. So let's go to Paducah real quick. I'm going to look off screen here. So far, really nothing yet. They did say, though, this is back 17 minutes ago. An unsettled weather pattern will remain in place across our region this week, resulting in continued daily chances of showers and storms. Best chances will be during the heat of the day, with lower chances overnight in the morning. It will remain humid with a gradual warming trend. In fact, looking here at the 4-day forecast that Paducah has released, for Monday, highs anywhere about 84 to 89. Tuesday, highs anywhere from 87 to 92. Wednesday, 89 to 94, and then Thursday, 91 to 96. So as the week progresses, we do have those rain chances, but it's also going to be hotter too. Get only severe thunderstorm warning on the board so far is southern Jasper County, Richland County, including Aldie. Newton is not, I repeat, Newton is not in a severe thunderstorm warning. However, St. Marie is, and just south of Willow Hill. But this so far, this cluster of storms here has really been the main event here. But again, with that northern half producing pretty much all the severe thunderstorm warnings so far. Again, Wayne County, strong storm moving through. No warnings yet. That'd be Paducah's call to make. But we'll see here what Paducah does. But so far, the wind, if you also see it here too, this part of the line bowing out. Whenever that part of the line's bowing out, it's indicative of strong wind. So passing through Noble right now, Albany, it's right there at your back door, Calhoun, Parkersburg, and Claremont. So I have to keep an eye out for that. Let's go ahead and put a storm track on it. And we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put it for the winds right here, pretty much. Where the strong pocket of wind is. Calhoun at about 20 minutes. Albany's going to go south of you unless if it were to extend to the north. But you're still in line to receive stormy activity. Sumner, 39 minutes. Bridgeport, 51. Allendale, 58. Lawrenceville, in about an hour away from now. We also got Vincennes, 77 minutes. And then it goes into the Indiana counties. So that is the storm track there for it. See the line extending down here into Wayne County. Fairfield getting stormed upon right now. Got my headphones on. It's kind of hard to hear rain wearing my headphones. But I can definitely tell it's really gotten darker outside for sure. Do have a couple of cells that have formed out ahead of the main event. We got one right here just northwest of Carmine, Mount Carmel. If I can move my mouse here. Give me a moment here. My mouse pad was starting to, about fell off the table. Mount Carmel right there. Northwest of Carmi. Burr-Purrig, a little storm right there. Those are a couple of areas here. Let me do something real quick while I'm at it. I think I forgot to do this when I hopped on. And for some reason, I cannot. For some reason, it is not letting me share. It's not letting me make it be public. The post, anyway, which is really weird. Sorry about that, guys. For some reason, I don't see. I don't see the. I don't see the comments pop up here, which is kind of weird. I have like an iPad off screen to where I can see the comments. I'm not really seeing them on here, which is really weird. So I apologize for that, guys. I thought I would be able to see them. Tammy said wind has really picked up north of Sisney with rain. Wind calmer now, but heavy rain here. Jennifer said getting dark in Fairfield. Yeah. Obviously, with the stormy weather now, I just happen to hear some rain through my headphones. So it is raining right now in Fairfield. I just heard it. By the way, in terms of temperature-wise, Salem is 71 degrees, by the way. Salem will have a break from the rain. So that's indicative of, again, the rain and storms that have moved through there. Started the wind pick up a little bit. I'm also kind of listening, kind of seeing what it sounds like outside. And I'm going to leave this open here. So weird I'm not seeing the comments pop up in front of me on my iPad. That's really weird. It must not like me, I guess. It just wants to misbehave, I guess. All right. You're seeing the storm activity moving into Fairfield right now. It is strong, not severe at this time. So far, Richland County, southern Jasper County, underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. Tornado possible tag with it. That goes until 4:30. Again, that's moving east at 25 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and put velocity track here. Take a look at velocity Y. Start to see that wind, pocket of wind, cutting through Noble right now, extending all the way down. Fairfield, I'm already hearing the wind a little bit. So that appears to be right there, the pocket of wind, again, kind of moving this way a little bit to the east-northeast right there. But so far, anyway, severe weather-wise, it's pretty much counties on Highway 50, like Clay County right here, Marion County over here, that received the severe thunderstorm warnings. I always try to find the silver lining when it comes to severe storms. If there's any good news, and that is, so far, there are no weather watchers, there's no tornado watch, there's no severe thunderstorm watch. There have been no tornado warnings, and though we have the tornado possible tag with a severe cell in Richland County and southern Jasper County. But so far, there's really been no tornado warnings, which is, again, I try to find the silver lining here. It's certainly a good sign. But again, we just can't let our guard down. My radar may have froze up. Possibly. We'll see. I think I may have just froze up here on my end. I may have lost internet. There we go. Definitely just heard a big boom already. A little purple right here, southwest of Fairfield. Sisney, getting stormed upon, Johnsonville, Mount Erie, Golden Gate. The burbs, Wayne City and the burbs. You guys are on the backside of the cell. Highlighting a purple area just southwest of Fairfield. Again, so far, not severe, but it is strong, though. I'm not seeing anything velocity-wise that would indicate rotation that I would be raising red flags about, which is a good thing. So far for these storms today, it's been more of a wind threat. In Richland County, with the quarter-sized hail potential, that's the largest hail that we've seen today so far. It's been mainly just really about, nickel-sized. Hadn't really been any bigger than that until that recent severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. Zoom out here and show you the big picture. So far for our area anyway, this has been the main event. This cluster of storms right here. We do have some storm activity over here, not nearly as strong as this is right here. Again, I'm just going to put out ME as for main event. You have a line to the west of Indianapolis, northeast of our area. That's outside of our area, nothing to worry about. But certainly, though, this cluster of storms moving through, that is the main event here. Live chat open, by the way. You want to say hi? Hope you're having a wonderful summer. And again, for some reason, I can't make this live feed on Facebook be public for whatever reason. So I know some people watch on YouTube. Also, hi to my YouTube followers as well. Just looking here real quick. Give me a moment. Did have someone ask what state am I reporting? Illinois, by the way. Illinois. So welcome aboard. There's actually people who will watch severe weather outbreaks. Whenever I track storms, and I see, like, I try to follow storm activity from other states as well, like Texas and Oklahoma and Alabama and Georgia and everything. So always like doing that, kind of seeing what the storms are doing, also trying to learn along the way as well. So far, hearing the onslaught of rain in Fairfield. Strong storm moving through Fairfield right now, Wayne County. No warning out for Wayne County, by the way. Again, that would be Paducah's call on that, but they have not issued a severe thunderstorm warning. The National Weather Service in Lincoln issued the severe thunderstorm warning for Richland and southern Jasper County. There is the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Clay County. That's about to expire in 1 minute. That was issued earlier. See if there's an update here on this, or another loud boom. Time right now is 4 o'clock, by the way, top of the hour. Thanks for joining me here on this Sunday afternoon, wherever you may be. Again, until 4:30, the severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Jasper County and Richland County, eastern Clay County until 4:30. Again, 3:43 at last update, a severe storm was located over Clay City, 8 miles east of Florida, moving east at 25 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gust at quarters, highest tail. Those are the threats at this time. It is radar indicated threat. Does have a tornado possible tag as well here. Could have small isolated twister form within the line. And we'll pull up the velocity data here and show you what I'm talking about when I say line. This is the line right here of the wind moving through. Already on the eve of moving through Mount Airy, Fairfield, already getting some rain and wind, already hearing it just outside my house. Between Albany and Noble, also approaching Highway 130. It's a big highway traveling through. Get live chats open. You want to say hi? Hope you have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Also noticing here too, seeing the lightning being a little bit more concentrated over here in Clay County, extending into southern Jasper County. Something of note there. We switch back to the reflectivity data. I'm going to go ahead and put a storm track for the cell moving through Fairfield. Now, so that was about 25 up there for Richland County. We'll do the same thing here as well. Merriam at about 6 minutes. Golden Gate 13, Ellery 20, Albion 30. We also have Bone Gap 38, Browns 38, Belmont 47, Keensburg 52, Mount Carmel. Now you just had a storm move through there. You got another storm on your back door that's coming in. That'll be about an hour away from now. It goes into Princeton, Indiana, 85 minutes away from Princeton, Indiana, Fort Branch, 88. But again, it's not really a fast-moving cluster. It's only moving at 25, so not as like fast-moving as we've seen storms here in the past this year. As I always say here with storms, you know, they can speed up, they can slow down. So far, this is about 25, which again, it's slow, but also if you have a slow-moving storm that's dumping a lot of rain, well, guess what? The flooding potential is increased. We do know, according to radar, that Florida has already received, last update here, we're going to look at it here off screen, at about 1.5 to 1 3/4 of rain in 1 hour. So again, with this cluster of storms moving slowly to the east at about 25, you're also looking at perhaps some flooding in some areas that are flood prone. That, you know, I think about, for example, here locally, let's take, you know, the road east of Jeff. Okay, that road right there has a history of flooding after a pretty good amount of rain. So it is something to keep an eye on, keep in mind about. So if you have any traveling plans this afternoon to the evening, and also, you know, flooded roadways are hard and difficult to see at night. So there may be a route that you normally take and it gets flooded. Just turn around. Turn around. Don't even risk trying to go through the water. You don't know how deep that water is. You don't know what's in it. Just turn around and don't drown. I'm going to go ahead here and let me go ahead and see if there's any more comments here on the chat. Give me a moment here as I comment here. Let me see here. Won't even let me do it, but I was going to say, Illinois. That's pretty cool, though. Good to hear from you. So give me a moment here, guys. I want to look and see here. Okay. This is as of 3:54. According to the radar app I use, 2 inches of rain has fallen just northeast of Florida, northwest of Clay City. 2 inches of rain has fallen in about hours of time, in about 1 hour time frame. Sisney, by the way, look at about inch and 1/4 to 1.5 inches of rain. So those are some of the heaviest amounts. Again, the heaviest amount I'm seeing northeast of Florida, northwest of Clay City, 2 inches of rain. So far, one severe thunderstorm warning up on the board right now. Eastern Clay County. Though it looks like Eastern Clay County, Clay City, you guys are on the backside of the cell, so rain should be letting up now. Southern Jasper County and Richland County. And it looks like it may have been updated, I think. No, it has not. I thought I saw it updated. I thought I saw something. But anyway, regardless, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for another 24 minutes until 4:30. Again, for pretty much all of Richland County. It looks like they did trim it a little bit. Okay, here's an update. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 4:30 for southeastern Jasper and Richland County. So that southeastern part of Clay County, including Clay City, not underneath a severe thunderstorm warning anymore. So that has been trimmed back a little bit. Taking a look here at the latest information of 4:05, a severe storm was located over the Albany Noble Airport or near Albany, moving east at 25 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter-sized hail. This is radar indicated. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expected wind damage to roof siding and trees. Has a tornado possible tag with this. Albany, they're saying 4:10, so that's 3 minutes away from now. Other locations include Calhoun, West Liberty, Claremont, and Dundas. Also, remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe storms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. And again, we talked about the rainfall here, how we've had at least 2 inches of rain or more that has fallen northeast of Florida, northwest of Clay City. Torrential rainfall occurring with the storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. On Facebook Live, by the way, started to see some people like it as well. Thomas, I just happen to see this comment here. I'm going to have to see this here. Give me a moment. Thomas, I'm glad all this waited until I got home, rode the motorcycle to Leroy, Illinois. I know where Leroy's at. This weekend and got home about an hour and a half ago. It was a decent weather weekend. Well, Thomas, we're glad that you made it home safe. Leroy, that is quite a drive, but I know Leroy. I've been in that area. Appreciate Jennifer. Thank you. Appreciate Vicky. Good to hear from you from Ohio. Appreciate Corey. Thank you. Did my best with the weather reports. I appreciate that. And again, for some reason, I'm going to have to look into the iPad to see why I'm not seeing the comments pop up on here. I can see them on my phone, but for some reason, they're just not popping up on the iPad. So, technology, you love when it works and you hate it when it doesn't work. It doesn't want you. Yeah. It is what it is. Taking a look here at the velocity data. We've been obviously monitoring the wind. It's a little bit of pocket of wind up here, northern part of Richland, southern Jasper County. Also starting to see some of that wind right here, starting to move through the Albany area just south of Albany, extending all the way down here to about Wayne County. I want to mention some counties ahead of this cluster. Lawrence County, no warning for Lawrence County yet. Again, that would be Lincoln to make the call on that. Meanwhile, Wayne County, I know we got some people hopping on here for Wayne County about this, the Fairfield area. So far, no warnings for Wayne County, by the way. It's been mainly a strong storm that has moved through. It has been strong. I mean, it has produced torrential rain. I think we all could say that for those of us in Fairfield and Sisney and the folks that have been affected by this storm. It's certainly produced a lot of rain. I even heard some lightning, rumbles of thunder with it. But certainly, though, it's been below severe limits, but certainly strong, though. And also, kind of seeing here's the cell, and then you had a separate cell. This is the one that moved through the Mill Shoals, Burnt Prairie, Springerton area, starting to join together with that cell, and that one was moving this way. So, starting to see a clash of two different cells here. Again, one part of that cluster, and the other one just kind of formed out ahead of it, and they'll be combining together, it looks like. So, that's interesting. McLeansboro, I've not talked about Hamilton County yet. You guys got a storm on your back door. It's not severe, it's strong. But certainly, though, it's right there knocking on your back door. Karma, I've talked about you guys a little bit. You do have some storms down here to the south, North City, Omaha. Also got the Ridgeway area as well. But again, that's not severe. That's just strong right now at the moment. But so far, the only weather warning that's up on the board is Richland County and pretty much southeastern Jasper County. Newton is not in a severe thunderstorm warning, so Newton is right here. Albany is. Calhoun and Parkersburg, and got Noble as well. For those of you that maybe so far you've not seen any storms yet, but you're watching me right now and you're seeing this cluster coming in, maybe if you have that vehicle outside, you may want to be able to get that vehicle in the garage, get it underneath the carport. So far, even though the wind has been pretty much the primary threat, there has been some hail reported with it, so anything kind of help keep that vehicle dry. May want to get into the garage, like I said, like what Thomas said earlier about having that motorcycle, putting it in the garage. Certainly, though, Thomas, at least you were able to make it home safe and get that motorbike in the garage. By the way, Mike saying hi. Hi, Mike. Mike was my neighbor for years. He and his family live in Alabama. Good to hear from you, Mike. Tell Tanya and the twins I said hello. Good to hear from you, my folks. And we think about you guys a lot. So, trying to see who else commented here. But again, no, certainly severe weather threat has been to our north. It's been mainly, again, along Highway 50. Has not been, Wayne, Edwards, Wabash, Jefferson County. None of those counties have been underneath a warning. It's been mainly, again, to the north, pretty much counties that have Highway 50 that knife through them, pretty much. Clay County, you guys were underneath a severe thunderstorm warning earlier. I'll zoom in a little bit and show you guys here. So we got Florida right here, Clay City, Sailor Springs, Louisville, Oskaloosa, Xenia. Got Bible Grove up here. You guys so far, you're on the back side of this. Just pretty much light rain for now, light to moderate rain. The worst of the weather has passed you now. So I give you guys the all clear. But you do have some rain to the west, though, as we are keeping an eye on development to our west. Keeping it on this cluster here, which really hasn't panned out great. And I think it's all because, again, what I call the main event, moving through that area earlier, is really kind of cut off the flow, a little bit of juices to the storms behind it to get themselves going. So let's go ahead and take a look here as we go back in time. Take a look and see how all of this has transpired, how it's all formed. As I mentioned, as we play it back, see where it really got its act together pretty much about Highway 51. It kind of started off as some like individual cells, but then they were able to kind of merge together. Again, kind of like the Highway 51 cutting through Nashville, Centralia area, then able to push over to the east-northeast. Show you one more time here. Again, so far the west of development, and again, not really quite developing. We take a look here at what's behind St. Louis, nothing at all. We do have a little bit of a few storms or the Marshall area, Marshall, Missouri area, KC area, but so far though, nothing really transpiring over there. So once we get through with this cluster of storms, we should be good. Starting to also see too how the wind, how that pocket of wind that we were watching has really kind of started to kind of die down a little bit. Kind of see starting to erode a little bit as it continues to move through Richland County, just south of Albany right there. Well, Wayne County certainly still has a little bit of wind with it. So interesting stuff here for sure. Take a look at the velocity data. 14 more minutes to go here. We do have an update on that severe thunderstorm warning for Richland County and also southeastern Jasper County at 4:14. A severe storm was located near St. Marie, 7 miles north of Albany, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gust, quarter-sized tail. This is a radar-indicated threat. Getting hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roof siding and trees. This severe storm will be near St. Marie at about 4:20. Time right now is 4:17. Other locations include West Liberty and Dundas. And there's actually a tornado watch that has been issued. Interesting. So, tornado watch remains in effect for the warned area. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe storms. Although a tornado is not immediately likely, if one is spotted, act quickly, move to a place of safety inside a sturdy structure, such as a basement or small interior room. And again, for your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Also, talk about the torrential rainfall earlier. As we've seen here, reports over 2 inches of rain in the Florida area as an example when this cluster of storms move through. So again, you have a quarter-sized tail along with winds up to 60 mile per hour, gust up to 60. Let me see here about that. I want to see, because that is actually the first time I've actually mentioned about a tornado watch being issued. Let me see here. Trying to find it on here. So give me a moment. I'm just kind of curious here. This has got my curiosity up. I'm going to see here. I'm not really seeing it here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about a tornado watch. That is interesting. So just read it on here. Interesting. I'm gonna look around here. That's very interesting. Because that's the first time I've ever said those words since starting this live stream. 91 degrees at the Evansville airport. Bacon over there in Evansville. Yeah, it's so hot that chickens are laying hard-boiled eggs. 91 degrees over there at Evansville. Fairfield, the activity has calmed down, which is good. We're seeing now the heaviest of activity. Got a little bit of some purple right there, just north of Golden Gate. This activity moving this way. So Albion, you're on the edge of getting a storm. West Salem, Bone Gap, you guys may be starting to see some of the storm clouds rolling in from the west. Browns as well. Mount Erie, you guys are getting stormed upon. So here's Mount Erie over here. Fairfield, you're over here. Getting some light to moderate rain. Sisney, Johnsonville, the worst of it has gone past you, but rain's still falling. Wayne City and the burbs. You guys are good so far. Getting some light to moderate rain falling there. But pretty much east of Fairfield right now, under the gun for this cluster of storms moving through. Even though Wayne County is not in a severe thunderstorm warning, but certainly got a strong storm moving through. McQueensboro, haven't talked about McQueensboro a whole lot since the activity's been to the north. You guys got a storm in your area, but not severe. It is strong now along with New Haven and Carmi, North City, Omaha area. 10 more minutes ago, that severe thunderstorm warning and tornado watch remains in effect. I have not seen the tornado watch. I went to the National Weather Service Lincoln site. I have not seen that yet. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna open up my laptop, look off screen, because this is just interesting to me. Again, that's the first time I mentioned those words again. So I even checked the Storm Prediction Center Twitter site, and so far I'm not seeing anything about that. Let me go here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not seeing that. I just went to Paducah's site. I'm not seeing anything about a tornado watch. So it's just interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it happen before. Interesting. Huh. I don't know. I don't know. So here's St. Marie right here. Willow Hill is just outside the severe thunderstorm warning. There's Highway 130. Here's getting the St. Marie Road. Takes you just east of Albany, becomes Highway 49. Get closer to Casey. Highway 50 is down here, by the way, it's to the south. Those are at least a couple of the, highways I'm thinking of here. The Country Highway 130. Those areas there. Yeah, that's just very interesting. There's about 7 minutes to go. Now, there is no more warnings after this. I'm going to end the live stream here, but I just find it to be really interesting how I read about a tornado watch and I don't see a tornado watch. So, interesting. What's the OMC song? How Bizarre, How Bizarre? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Appreciate you guys watching, by the way. Gonna refresh here. I'm not seeing the comments pop up in front of me, so I want to make sure I don't want to leave anyone out. I did see Aiden Eckleberry like the stream. I don't know if Aiden's still on here or not, but Aiden, hello to you. Good to have you on board. Aiden Eckleberry, a storm chaser. He's from our area. Does a good job with content. Give him a follow if you haven't done so already. One of these days, I want to go storm chasing with Aiden Eckleberry. I think that'd be a real delight to do. He's actually invited me to do it, so I'd like to do that at some point. Storm to move through Mount Carmel, by the way, getting a little bit stronger north of Princeton there. See what Paducah does with that. I'm going to go ahead and put a storm track on this cell. It's moving. Let's say we'll put it about right here, about the horn of it. Bone Gap in about 6 minutes. Friendsville 31, Mount Carmel 36. Let's see. Princeton about 62. Again, it's moving 25 miles per hour, moving slowly. Get Mount Carmel. Princeton in line here. For sale that is strong. And we do have 5 more minutes to go. That severe thunderstorm warning for northern Richland County, southeastern Jasper County at this time. Let's take a look at the velocity data here. We have a little bit of rotation, which I know they mentioned the tornado possible attack. We have anything that could be a rotation, could be south of St. Marie right there. But nonetheless, though, that is really about it. Taking a look here at the weather radar. Could have a line of strong wind kind of going through here. Approaching Albion, West Salem, Calhoun area. So far, mainly severe thunderstorm warnings on the board. No tornado warnings, by the way, which is good. We will certainly take that. But certainly, though, no tornado warnings, no weather watch. I didn't notice that there was a tornado watch short north, but I just did not see that when I went online. So I was talking about special weather statements earlier. I know I've talked about before in the past So I know this is Indianapolis. So whenever you see this blue polygon, it's a special weather statement. So that means like they got like a strong storm, and I'm just pulling up here as an example, but you'll see like strong storms along a line, Crawfordsville, Greencastle near Brazil. Again, I know that's west of Indianapolis, but it tells you like what a special weather statement is. I referenced that earlier. I'm going to show you guys that real quick. Okay. The severe thunderstorm warning for Richland County and southeastern Jasper County has been allowed to expire, but now there's a new severe thunderstorm warning issued for just north of Princeton, east of Mount Carmel. It's across the river from us. The same cell that I was talking about. And that's until 5:15. That's still moving east at 10 miles per hour. That's a slow moving cell. 60 mile per hour wind gust. Radar indicated threat Patoka and Hazleton, Indiana side by this cell. And there's a cell right there. Kind of formed again. Kind of went pretty much along Mount Carmel, impacted Mount Carmel area, and just kept going to northeast. And it's got a severe thunderstorm warning associated with it. No severe thunderstorm warnings, by the way, for the Illinois side of things. So far, anyway, we got that strong cluster of storms. Moving through Newton, Willow Hill, extending all the way down to Olney, just right between Fairfield and Albion there. But that is really about it. But so far, it has been losing a little bit of its strength, especially for this northern part of the line right here. This part of the line has been the one that's been producing the severe thunderstorm warnings all afternoon, but there's no severe thunderstorm warnings for it. So maybe losing a little of its intensity and punch. Even though the southern side has not really been warned, however, it is still strong. No, can't overlook it by any means. So. But that's a look at the storm activity as things are beginning to die down here in the Fairfield area. Fairfield, I'll give you guys the all clear. Which all clear in Fairfield, even though the worst of it has moved past you and it's approaching the Wayne Edwards County line. But Fairfield, you're right here. Yeah, you do have some rain and all that. Maybe some light to moderate rain for a little while anyway. But the worst of the storms, the worst of the weather has pushed past you and is east of you, by the way. So Fairfield, you're right here. Sisney, Jeff is about right here. Johnsonville, Mount Erie, Sims, Wayne City, Keens, the Burbs, Barnhill down here, Golden Gate. Albion is over here. Getting the heaviest of the storm activity north of Albion. Belmont may get clipped by a storm right there. So one moving through Brown's going to hit Belmont. But again, other than that, Mount Vernon, Illinois, things quieting down for you. You do have some more rain and storms to your west. So here's Mount Vernon, Illinois right here. You do have this coming in, but again, not severe though, which is a good thing. So you guys are good there. So I'm not seeing any more warnings pop up. We'll give it a couple more minutes. But again, pretty much quieting down. We do have some storms down to our south here. McLeansboro, Enfield, just southwest of Carmi. A little cluster right there. The activity is moving northeast a little bit. Playback, you can kind of see it going this way. So it's about Vernon, Indiana. Storms coming in from the southwest. But again, no, the only severe thunderstorm warning out is for Gibson County, pretty much just across the river from us. So, all being said, time right now is about, 4:31? So, it looks like the severe weather threat has pretty much, has pretty much been, like it's ending for us here. See in the comments if there's anyone else that commented. So far, not seeing anything. Let me check my YouTube real quick. I did have someone comment on here, but I'm not seeing that message anymore. So anyway, that is really about it. Severe weather activity starting to die down. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to end the live stream here. Thanks for watching here. I know it's a little bit of a stormy Sunday, but at least we're getting some beneficial rain for the crops. Keep in mind, though, over the course of next week, it's going to get hotter. And also with that, we do have chances of showers and storms. These storms will be popping up during the heating of the day. So there's my water. I was looking for my water. So we do expect here temperatures to increase, calling for a high near 96 on Thursday. So again, if you happen to be working outdoors, doing any activities, obviously, drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, take frequent breaks, put on some sunscreen, you know the drill, stay underneath the shade if you can, or get an air-conditioned building to take breaks. Again, the heat can be a killer if you don't watch it. So, well, guys, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, wonderful rest of your weekend. And, of course, if there's any more severe weather potential, you know where to find me. You can find my channel. Be streaming live on YouTube. I always do kind of like previews a little bit about severe weather events before they happen. Of course, the information for the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing today without them. So, again, they deserve the utmost kudos and everything. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.